Publisher. You can always click on the Start menu and type Publisher into your search window or your search area to find it, and this is what it looks like. When you open up Microsoft Publisher, it will look like the following. It'll be prompting you for a new Publisher file. So what we're going to do for this particular activity is we're going to be creating a postcard. So come down and click right here where it says Postcards. And we're going to be working with a 3 by 5 inch postcard. So after we click on Postcards, we'll see some templates. We're going to scroll down until we see 5 by 3. It looks like this. So click on, you can double click on 5 by 3 and it will create a 5 by 3 index card for you. Or you can click on it once and click Create over here. Now when you come into Publisher, you may or may not have your rulers turned on. Using the rulers is essential in working with Publisher for page layouts. So let's click on View, and you'll see that Rulers is an option under View. You can click in the box beside Rulers to turn that on. This is what it looks like without rulers. This is what Publisher looks like with rulers turned on. So for this particular project, you're going to be asked to create a border. So to create a border, you click on Insert, and you go to Borders and Accents. And you can create a border using any of the options they have here. We want the border to go all the way around, as you'll see in your directions. And you're going to be given particular measurements for your border, and so you're going to have to work with those measurements. And this is why we need the ruler. You want the border to go up to the edge, and you want it to be a particular measurement. You may find it easier to work with a border that looks like this, where you have a little more flexibility than one that goes all the way around the page like the previous one I worked with. You can make these smaller, longer. You can flip them around with the little green circles. You can copy them, Control-C, Control-V, to copy and paste. And you're going to be using your ruler to determine how wide it is. So your directions will tell you an 1/8 of an inch width. So you'll use this ruler over here to figure out an 1/8 of an inch. And part of what you're getting graded on is that you can use this ruler to figure out the width of an 1/8 of an inch this way, as well as the width of an 1/8 of an inch when it's flipped around the other way. So to give you an idea what your presentation might look like, here's an example of a border all the way around. So I'm going to come back to Publisher, and the next thing we have to do is we have to insert a picture of our project. So in my example, I just have a random picture since I don't have a project, and you're going to be given certain dimensions. So you go to Insert and go to Picture and pick a picture of your project and insert it. Now you're going to be given certain dimensions, so you can stretch your picture out to make it bigger, but you want to keep it in proportion. So use your side to stretch it. If you stretch it on the top or bottom, it's going to mess up your picture proportion. So you want to keep it in proportion by using the corner to drag. And what you can do to tweak it and make it perfectly fit the way you're asked is you click on the picture, then go up to Picture Tools, click on Picture Tools, and you can use Crop. When you click on Crop, you can then come and actually change how big your picture is by deleting part of your picture out if you need to. So between dragging to make it bigger and cropping, you should be able to make your picture the correct dimensions as described in your directions. You're also going to be asked to put a title, and the title is going to be asked to be certain dimensions. And so you can use your word art if you'd like, or you can just use regular text and play around with it. The same thing with typing in Best 3D Project, Best 2D Drawing, and Best Overall Project. Here you're going to be asked to work with a certain font size of 18. And you want to make sure you leave space because people are going to be putting stickers beside the words Best 3D Project, Best 2D Drawing, and Best Overall Project. Make sure you save this in your project folder or your math folder so that you can return to it. And make sure that you have met all the dimensions that you are required to show.